I'm Dennis Salter. I'm the chairman of the board of St. Francis Hospital, and I want to welcome you all to this event. It's so nice to see the community, the St. Francis community, the staff, the physicians, and everyone are invited guests to be here. The first speaker we're going to have is the governor of the state of Delaware, Jack Markell. When we talk about the St. Francis community, every time I've given one of these speeches, I love telling everyone the community is not about the walls, the parking lot. It's about the people inside the building. And with that, I always tell everyone that all 6 of my brothers and sisters, we were all born in St. Francis. My aunt was the head of nursing at St. Francis. My mother was a candy scraper at St. Francis. Well, the governor was part of St. Francis as well. As his most trusted advisor, his wife, Carla, has had many procedures at St. Francis. Everyone in this building has a story about St. Francis, which is why we're here. So we thank you, and I'm turning this over right now to the governor, Jack Markell.
Well, thank you, Dennis, and I want to thank all of you for being here to support St. Francis. You know, when I think about the future of healthcare in Delaware, I think I want what we all want. I want high-quality healthcare professionals providing high-quality service at a good value. And I firmly believe that St. Francis has a really important role to play in making all of that happen. By virtue of the terrific services provided for a long period of time, and in the partnership with CHE Trinity and the access that provides to this first-class technology and first-class talent from the entire system, and it's an unbelievable opportunity. You know, Dennis talked about the fact that St. Francis touches the lives of so many of us. And he mentioned that Carla, and no, this is not a HIPAA violation because she gave approval beforehand. Carla has had procedures there. I know when my grandmother needed help, we chose St. Francis. When I've had some things done, I chose St. Francis. And that's because St. Francis has great care, and it's been such an incredibly important part of the Wilmington and the Newcastle County and the Delaware community for such a long period of time. Beyond that, the state of Delaware has been so fortunate and so proud to be a partner with St. Francis. And tonight we have a few key people from the state. Bettina Rivera. Bettina, thank you very much. She's the healthcare advisor in my office and has been working closely with St. Francis. Mike Barlow, our chief of staff, is here. Bonnie Wu from Senator Carper's office is here. Jane Castle is here, and we're grateful to have all of you here. But go ahead. And beyond all of that, we've been really fortunate to have the opportunity as a state to partner with St. Francis in our WIC program, providing care to newborns and to women. St. Francis has been a really important partner. The state has helped to sponsor the St. Clair Band, and now the LIGHT program for seniors. St. Francis is a very, very important partner. You know, when we think about the future of healthcare in Delaware and the future of healthcare across the country, we're all navigating some really difficult challenges, really transforming the way that healthcare is delivered and paid for. This is a big lift. But knowing, as we do, that St. Francis has been at the core of healthcare in our community for 90 years, providing great service, having great leadership, and with a terrific future, I, for one, can't wait to be there for the 100th anniversary and well beyond that as well. We know that this is only done We know this is possible thanks to all of your help. And I do want to say before I give the mic back to Dennis, you have been very fortunate. Your leadership, your board leadership, Dennis and Andy Bouchard have been in to see us any number of times, as have a previous generation of leadership of the St. Francis Board. They've done a great job. They're extraordinarily effective advocates, and I know they're not doing it for the money. And you know, bringing recently Brian in to talk to us about the future of the hospital with the support of Ray at CHE Trinity. You've got a phenomenal team. You've got a phenomenal team, and we know that you've also got great healthcare professionals in the hospital day in and day out. My family we have personally benefited from that. So on a personal level, I want to say how grateful I am to all of you for supporting this really important institution. And as the governor of this state, I can tell you, I know that St. Francis is critical to the success of our community, and we're grateful to all of you for supporting it. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Governor. Since he mentioned the raise, I talked to Ray Walsh about that with the board members, and he promised to double our annual salary. So now it's up to 0. So anyway, Governor, thank you for all you do, for all your group does. We truly, truly appreciate it. Without your help, we wouldn't be St. Francis to be the success that we're having. Thank you. Now, before I introduce the next speakers, I want to ask you all to look at the video that they're going to be showing up here on the screen, please. I promise you it will be very short.
My vision for the future of healthcare in Delaware is that we have a very high-quality pool of healthcare professionals, that people have access to that pool and it's affordable. And we believe that St. Francis is a really important part of that equation. For a long time, it's provided great care in Delaware, and with the partnership now with the Catholic Healthiest Trinity, people are going to have more access than ever to great technologies.
I could see the potential here to grow back a lot of inpatient services that, for one reason or another, have migrated elsewhere. And I could see us becoming a growing inpatient facility in this region.
The fact that St. Francis continually tries to redefine how it can best respond in the present time. With all the technologies and so many different advances in medicine, there's a combination of the technical side, but also the human side.
I think the role of St. Francis in the Wilmington, Newcastle County area is to really provide high-quality, first-rate health care in a compassionate way. And it's what it's done for over 90 years in this community, and it's what I think it's going to continue to do in the future.
There's been a fairly large group of physicians, particularly in primary care, that have been very loyal to the hospital. We appreciate their past and current and future support. They've been the bedrock of the organization, and without them, we wouldn't be where we're at today, and without them, we wouldn't be able to move forward into the future. On September 3rd, we brought the Mid-Atlantic Gastroenterology group on board.
I'm very excited to be at St. Francis. In this new era of healthcare reform, we want to be part of the solution. We think that we can be part of the solution by improving patients' access to specialty care at St. Francis.
We're also talking to colorectal surgeons. We talked to a large group of general surgeons. We're going to help provide emergency room coverage for us.
St. Francis Healthcare was interested in interacting with us at the Kimmel Cancer Center, Thomas Jefferson University. We saw them as a really powerful partner because as part of our National Cancer Institute designated mission, we have to go out into the community and partner with hospitals to bring clinical trials into the community. And with the tremendous track record of St. Francis, it was an ideal partnership for us with Dr. Tubb to join with you in our Jefferson Kimmel Cancer Center network and work as partners.
We also brought on board Dr. Audrey Cerniak as our medical director of cardiac services, and she really spearheaded the selection and installation of the new cath lab. It's up and running. It's the only one of its kind in the Wilmington area. We have 2 cath labs here that we keep very busy, and the physicians are very pleased with the quality of the images and the new technology that we have.
My experience here has been wonderful. The administration has a true commitment to partnering with physicians, and moving care forward. They understand that healthcare is changing, the delivery of healthcare is changing, and that we have great opportunities in front of us to provide wonderful care for our patients.
Well, as part of our True North principles, we want people to get the care they need, where and when they want and need it, and if where happens to be at St. Francis, we believe that is exactly what we should be doing. We think that having a partnership with a hospital with a reputation like St. Francis will enhance our ability to reach more children and to provide pediatric care to Wilmington in a different way and a better way.
We have a tremendously well-managed emergency room. It's a high-volume inner-city emergency room. I've got a very committed staff. We have a great group of physicians. And they're able to manage the ER with the shortest wait times in the state.
That was one of the nicest things about coming to St. Francis, was that I checked in and I was seen in under 3 minutes and I was taken back right away. They made me feel like somebody who actually cared about me was caring for me rather than just the nurse coming in to take my vitals. So I appreciated that more than anything.
The patients here have the opportunity to be cared for in a smaller setting, where they are not just a number, but they are truly a person and cared for in totality, and frequently by the same people, time in and time out, and they get to see them, know them, and be a part of the community here.
Our mission of being a transforming, healing presence is at the forefront of everything we do. So we believe that the affiliation that St. Francis has with CHE Trinity supports all of those areas.
I will most definitely come here again in the future. I told my primary care physician the other day, who did his residency here, who was responsible for sending me here in the first place, I said, that was a really good call, Doc. And I said, I'll go back there next time in a heartbeat. I'll go there first. Even though I have a choice of many hospitals, I will come here first.
Good evening. Well, together, I think it says together on the screen. I want to first thank Governor Markell and Chairman Dennis Salter and all of you honored guests for joining us this evening. My name is Ray Welch, and I'm the Executive Vice President for Catholic Health East Trinity. It is my honor to be here with you tonight to help celebrate this wonderful occasion. We're delighted to see so many friends of St. Francis here in the audience. Every time I come to Delaware and to St. Francis, I'm always inspired by the way this community has really risen to this mission and helped us support this organization as we support this community. I think that is a very important part of how we believe this mission can go forward. At CHE Trinity Health, we believe that being able to support our local ministries is a critically important role that we play. Now, one thing we understand, although CHE Trinity is a leading health system, the second largest not-for-profit healthcare system in the United States, we clearly understand that all healthcare is local. And we believe that the local leadership teams and communities have the best view of healthcare for these communities. So we see our role at CHE Trinity as providing support and access to capital and resources so this local community can get the care and keep the mission going forward here at St. Francis. Now, at St. Francis, you have a long tradition and history of providing quality care and serving this community. So what we need to do at CHE is begin to provide those resources. At Trinity Health, CHE, we are 86,000 colleagues and 4,000 employed physicians with 82 hospitals and 88 continuing care facilities across 20 states in this great country, supporting our local ministries, doing what you do best, which is work with these communities. So we're honored to have the privilege to support St. Francis and exciting things that are happening going forward. Brian Dietz, the interim CEO of St. Francis in Wilmington, will give you some additional details on those exciting things going forward. But I wanted to let you know from Catholic Health East Trinity's perspective, we believe that the work you do every day is so critically important, that the lives you touch every day through this ministry and mission, that the commitment you've made to this community and continue to make to this community over time, and the partnerships that have grown here are extremely important going forward. Now, it's one thing Governor Markell said, I think I have to say here, this organization. One is the management team here has been committed forever, and you have an outstanding board of directors here. The board members here not only support the organization, but they are also great advocates for St. Francis with the other organization at CHE Trinity. We are honored, again, to support this organization. Now, we look forward and say what's out there in the future. We believe the size of CHE Trinity supporting the local organization will give you opportunities to grow and prosper and continue the mission going forward. None of that happens without the committed clinical teams that are out here. For all the physicians in the audience, we thank you for your service that you've given us so far. We appreciate your opportunity to come here and listen to how we go forward. We look forward to your ongoing and continued support. So with that, I want to say thank you very much. Let me introduce the CEO, interim CEO of St. Francis, Brian Dietz.
Governor Markell, Dennis, Ray, and friends. I want to start by thanking you too, yes, for coming tonight, and especially the physicians in the room. On a more personal note, thank you for welcoming me so warmly and inviting me to be part of the community. They told me that in Delaware, everybody knows everybody else. And cautioned me that I might have to work at not being a stranger. I am happy to report I have found Delawareans to be some of the most welcoming people on earth. In fact, you went as far as to contact the White House to get authorization to allow me to share the apartment building with Vice President Biden's security detail. So I feel, as long as I'm in Delaware, I feel very safe where I'm at. I have met with many of you the last few months that I've been here, and I am gratified to see more and more interest developing about what's going on here at St. Francis. And there is, in fact, a lot going on. As you can see from the video, St. Francis has been transforming itself. As we focus on creating a healthy future for the St. Francis and its patients, collaborative initiatives are key to continued success. I'd like to take a moment to highlight some of the new opportunities we've put in place. On August 1st, St. Francis selected IPC to be the sole provider of our hospitalist services. Our bariatric surgery program in Dr. Gail Wynn's directorship is designated as a center of excellence. Our emergency department wait times have recently been recognized as the shortest in northern Delaware. On September 3rd, the Mid-Atlantic Gastroenterology Consultants, or better known in the region as MAGIC, began providing 24/7 coverage for our emergency room patients and have opened an office on our campus. Beginning this Friday, November 15th, the surgeons for emergency care will be coordinating 24/7 coverage for our emergency surgery needs, which has added 11 new general surgeons to our medical staff. Our quality and safety indicators are excellent and show we perform on par with, and in a number of cases outperform regional, state, and national averages. And lastly, we have embarked on special alliances with the Kimmel Cancer Center Network at Jefferson, Premier Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, and New Mars Alfred I. DuPont Hospital for Children, and are accepting Cigna coverage as well. In addition, we have begun drawing on the resources available from the Mid-Atlantic Division of CHE Trinity Health, led by Ray Welsh, to take advantage of the collective expertise and talent that's readily available. Mercy Health System of Southeast Pennsylvania, which we affectionately call SEPA, is deeply involved in our home care service line and is providing the support for our legal, human resources, and risk management operations. From Lourdes Health System in southern New Jersey, we have recruited Dr. Audrey Cernak. And Audrey, you're here somewhere. I'm going to embarrass you thoroughly and ask you to raise your hand or do something. There you are. Here's Audrey, leaning against the bar over here. We could be more pleased with Audrey, who is transforming our cardiology services to position us for the future. Dr. Cernak managed the selection and installation of our new GE Innova 2000 cath lab which began operation on September 15th. And I have to tell you, it opened on time perfectly, thanks to Audrey. On October 1st, in collaboration with our 4 SEPA hospitals, we transitioned our anesthesia service to the Premier Anesthesia Group. This is why it was so important for us to have you here tonight. Physicians in the community join us tonight. Going forward, we are resolved to keeping our physicians and partners well informed and connected to St. Francis. We want you to know what is going on. We want you to be involved in key decision making and in keeping this healthcare system as vibrant medical presence in Wilmington. St. Francis has amazing colleagues who are committed to our organization. They believe in St. Francis and want to do everything they can to make our patients and physicians experience an outstanding quality and compassionate care at St. Francis. It is no secret that our hospital relies on its relationships with the physicians in the community it serves. I want you to know that improving upon and maintaining our relationship with each of you is my highest priority. The acronym for TEAM is Together, Everyone Achieves More. St. Francis has been part of the Wilmington community for nearly 90 years and has enjoyed a rich, well-deserved history through the vast majority of those years. With you as partners, we expect to be part of the medical community for decades to come. Our theme tonight is creating a healthy future. Going forward, let's add one big word to that theme and make it creating a healthy future together. Thank you.
Okay, I promise you're almost done. Brian, thank you very much. Thank you for all the time, effort, and passion that you have brought to St. Francis to lead us so we have a great future. So thank you. Ray, your support and CHE Trinity's support, we would not be here without that. And your guidance, you're down the hospital more than people who work in there full time. So we thank you for everything that you provide. Governor and Carla, thank you for being part of the St. Francis community and for your support and all that you provide. It is truly appreciated. Okay, just a couple pieces of business. First of all, I want to acknowledge the woman who put this all together, Sally Biddle Thomas. An absolute phenomenal job. Thank you. Okay, second of all, you've heard about these board of directors who I find it a absolute privilege to be part of. The board of directors for the foundation and also for the hospital. Would you all please raise your hands so everybody can see you? Thank you. For all the doctors who Brian has just pointed out to, thank you. We are building a foundation which is going to lead us to the future. For all of you other doctors out there who haven't joined St. Francis yet, come look at the new St. Francis and help us build the walls for the community to build the hospital that we need to build. So everyone, last piece of business, there's still so much food and so much beer and other alcohol. It's all paid for and everybody's going to be in trouble if it's not gone.